Hey geeks and gamers, and welcome to the end of 2025. I'm here today to present my 25 games of 2025. I originally was going to do a top 10 game of the year video, but that's kind of played out. The Game Awards are happening and everybody's doing their Game of the Year awards and stuff. So I figured instead of doing that, what I would do is I would compile a list of 25 games that I played that came out in the year 2025 and just sort of run through them a rapid fire. All the games that I'm presenting today, I did enjoy. And I did have a good time, playing them and experiencing them. Some of them I even shared here on the channel. And I thought maybe this would be a good way of doing it because it could help to appeal to more people that want to experience different games. I can promise you that outside of maybe a couple games, none of my inclusions are going to be on the official Game Awards or anything. I play a lot more niche or weirder games a lot of the time, so some of these games may actually be good recommendations for you to see if you want to pick them up or give them a try. With the holiday season and game sales coming up, this could be a good time to pick up some of these games. So sit back, relax, and enjoy my 25 games of 2025.
Rewriting a classic, are we? Let's see what this reimagining has to offer.
Yooka-Laylee was one of the biggest disappointments, I think, of the 2010s. It was the promise of Rare's big return, at least with Playtonic, a studio made up of ex-Rare devs. It seemed like maybe the original Yooka-Laylee, while I enjoyed it, it didn't get the attention and the love that it needed at the time. It was kind of seen as just another generic 3D platformer. This year, Playtonic actually went back and fully remade the original Yooka-Laylee with Yooka-Replay. And I really liked this game. I liked what they decided to do here. I liked the fact that they decided, instead of making a sequel, to go back and just fully revise the original release. And Yooka-Replay is a much different game than the original release, to a point to where it almost feels like this was what they wanted to release that first time around.
Whoa, you sure have changed a lot. It's almost like a completely new game. Hard to believe. Seriously, guys?
Now, entering West Virginia.
Hey, is that GPS broken or something?
No, it's working properly.
Now, entering Pennsylvania.
What? I thought we just went back into West Virginia.
I talked about Hotel Barcelona earlier this year. This is a release from Suda51 and Swery. It is a roguelike game, which I have a few of those on this list, where you are stuck at a hotel grounds, and you have to fight serial killers. It has interesting mechanics. One of the cool mechanics is that there's a ghost system, so each time you play through, you'll see your previous versions of yourself doing their runs until they die, and they can actually help you on your way. So if a previous version of yourself attacked an enemy, they'll still attack the enemy on your next run. Kind of a cool concept. I really liked Hotel Barcelona. I thought it was a lot of fun. I did do a full video on that one, so if you want to hear me ramble about it, it's on the channel. I love how many horror games get released nowadays, and a big one this year for me was Silent Hill F. I am a fan of the Silent Hill series, not nearly to the degree of, say, something like Resident Evil, but I have enjoyed a good number of them. I really enjoyed the Silent Hill 2 remake. So Silent Hill F was something that I was keeping my eye on. I love the art style. I love the setting of Japan. And this game is fantastic. I really loved the story in Silent Hill F. So this was a big win for horror games and for Konami, surprisingly. If you're a fan of horror games, I would not sleep on Silent Hill F. This game was pretty sick.
My choices are my own. Let's do this. Shimizu Hinako.
Gears of War Reloaded interested me whenever this was announced. I thought this was going to be like more of a remake of Gears of War. It turns out really it's more of a repackaging of Gears of War Ultimate Edition, which was the Xbox One remake of Gears of War 1. So a little disappointed with what happened here, but I can't deny that the original Gears of War is still a fantastic third-person cover shooter. It's a great time to play co-op. I really like Gears of War 1. I just, I kind of hoped and wish that maybe they would just do a full remaster or remake of the Gears of War trilogy. I don't know why they chose to just do Gears of War 1 again. Maybe because it was something quick and easy that Xbox and Microsoft could get out there, because they're not doing the best right now. So maybe that's why they chose this. But here's to hoping they give this treatment to Gears of War 2 and 3 as well. Gears of War Reloaded is still a great time because Gears of War 1 is still a fantastic game.
This is gonna be awesome. Form up!
Warriors Abyss, another roguelike game. This time set in the Dynasty Warriors Muso franchise. This is really a crossover of Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors and all of the other Koei Tecmo stuff, all kind of jammed together, with some other weird inclusions. There's a ton of playable characters in this game, like a crazy amount of unlockable playable characters. It is a top-down, kind of Hades-style roguelike game. I really do like this game. It is a little simplistic, but it is a lot of fun to have multiple runs and have multiple characters to play through. The only thing I wish Warriors Abyss had was some sort of local co-op. I think they missed out on the chance to have this game feature local co-op. But other than that, this game was like $25 when it came out. Warriors Abyss was a lot of fun.
Greetings, mortal. Are you ready to die?
Heretic plus Hexen. I love Night Dive Studios. I love what they do with a lot of the old boomer shooters. It seems like every boomer shooter ever made is getting a remaster by them. And Heretic plus Hexen was the one released this year, which was, one of id's lesser known games, Heretic and Hexen. And this is the full experience. You're getting both games, all the expansions, you're getting all the mods, you're getting everything you could possibly need to play these games, and that's what they've been doing. They gave the same treatment to Doom, they gave the same treatment to Turok, they gave the same treatment to Quake. This is the best way to play Heretic and Hexen now. It's available, it's dirt cheap. If you're looking for a good boomer shooter, this is absolutely what I recommend this year. Heretic plus Hexen was a ton of fun to revisit, and hopefully people try this out that have never played these two games before, and, you know, there are some more Heretic and Hexen fans out there in the world. Promise Mascot Agency came out of left field for me. This was just one that I actually watched another streamer play some of this, and I was like, what the hell is this game? So I had to give this a try. And Promise Mascot Agency is a weird game. It's a comedy game where you play as a ex-Yakuza member who lives in a world where like company mascots are like living entities, and he takes over a mascot like promotion agency, and that's your job. You drive around, you manage mascots and help them find jobs and take on quests and stuff. It's a bizarre game. It's very funny. The art style is like a lot of fun in this game, but it is, of all the games in this video, I can promise you, Promise Mascot Agency is unlike anything else you've played this year.
Mascot Agency.
Bubsy in the Perfect Collection. I did a video on this one. Wasn't expecting Bubsy to make it on this year's list here, but here we are. Bubsy the Perfect Collection is on the list because I don't necessarily like any of these games, but I like the preservation of these games, and I really liked this package all around. I did do a full video. If you're confused and you want to hear my thoughts, it's over there. But Bubsy in the Perfect Collection makes it onto my list. Congratulations, Bubsy. You did it.
Have a joke about the time that everybody in Hollywood was looking for a character with an edge or with an attitude.
Well, then I should be the law!
Enjoy golfing. Anytime, anywhere. Everybody's favorite golf series finally returns to the fairway. Easy to learn, yet truly authentic golf fun. Everybody's Golf. Hot Shots.
Everybody's Golf Hot Shots. I talked about this one recently too. This is a golf game in the Everybody Golf / Hot Shots franchise. It's the newest entry, and while I don't think it's better than the PlayStation 4 Everybody's Golf game, I had a ton of fun playing this. You can't go wrong with arcade golf. This is a great local multiplayer game. I again, you can't go wrong with this kind of game unless it's just really garbage. And luckily, Everybody's Golf Hot Shots is a pretty good time. I really like this one.
Advanced shots and gauge shots. Find your style and unleash all kinds of awesome shots.
Great shot!
Gear up with custom clubs and balls to match every character's style. It's the largest character roster ever. Over 25 characters and courses from 10 different regions around the world. Play as your favorite character to gain loyalty, to unlock super shots like spin shots, homing shots, and their own unique special shots.
It's Saturday night somewhere, so make some noise for LEGO Party!
LEGO Party was a big surprise. If you're looking for a Mario Party stand-in, I do fully recommend you try out LEGO Party. It basically does everything right that Mario Party does right, but it's LEGO. And they actually have some unique elements, like expandable boards, and fun narrators. And I mean, it holds everything that a regular Mario Party game would hold. You can even play online. You can play, I think this game has crossplay. Don't quote me on that. I'm not gonna Google that, but I think it does. Yeah, it's a pretty accessible, like, Mario Party stand-in. And it's on, like, all platforms, so definitely give this one a try.
Anything?
Yes, anything.
Okay, but certainly not a giant crab, a mythical king cobra, or Master Wu smashing a crate.
Those were literally just on screen, too.
Wow! We've got all that and more in LEGO Party! Whoa, that is looking mighty tasty.
The Rogue Prince of Persia, another roguelike. How many roguelikes are on this list? I know. But I love seeing the return of Prince of Persia. I really liked Lost Crown whenever that came out. Rogue Prince of Persia is its own thing. And it mixes the idea of a roguelike with the idea of a 2D Prince of Persia game. And I think that's really cool. It has all of the elements that would make a Prince of Persia game a Prince of Persia game, while also feeling similar to other roguelikes. I forgot who made this, what else they made. I know they made another popular roguelike. I should know it because I play a lot of video games, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. But the art style in this game is stunning. So if you're into roguelikes or you just want another Prince of Persia game to play, definitely pick up Rogue Prince of Persia. Breakout Beyond was brought to us by Atari and Choice Provisions. That's right, the Bit Trip studio themselves. And if you know me, you know I love Bit Trip. I'm not the biggest fan of Brick Breaker games, but I found Breakout Beyond to be a fun take on the genre. It's also interesting to me because Choice Provisions, their first Bit Trip game was like a take on Breakout already. So it felt kind of like a full circle moment for them to create an official Breakout game. And this is one that I played in small quantities this year, but I did have a good time playing Breakout Beyond. So you know, if you're looking for something a little more arcadey, this game's got you covered. Adventure of Samsara from Atari came out at a very unfortunate time because this came out like the same day as Hollow Knight Silksong, and it's also a Metroidvania. But god damn, this game stood no chance. This is a reimagining of the original Adventure for the Atari 2600. That's right. Yeah, I bet you didn't know Adventure had a new game this year. The Adventure of Samsara. I really like the pixel art in this game. The game's physics itself feel a little heavy at first, but the game's really kind of like designed around that. It's a really good time. I haven't finished this one, but you know, if you played Silksong and you're looking for another Metroidvania to try, Adventure of Samsara is worth a go.
This is the tale of Boris and his terrifying world. To survive.
I'm a fan of the Bendy series, Bendy and the Ink Machine and Bendy Dark Revival, two very cool first-person horror experiences. There was another game that came out a long time ago called Boris and the Dark Survival, which was like a spin-off game starring one of the side characters, Boris. It got a full remake this year with Bendy Lone Wolf. This game takes place between the two main title Bendy games, and you play as Boris from a top-down perspective, looking for stuff to survive in this studio, in this cartoon studio. It's a pretty fun experience. I played this one a lot on my Steam Deck handheld. This was a great handheld game to play. This game definitely isn't... I don't think I like it as much as the main Bendy games, but Bendy Lone Wolf, you know, pretty good game.
Are you ready? Let the dark survival begin. Coming August 15th.
Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm a big Monster Hunter fan. I've been pretty critical of the newer Monster Hunter series, and unfortunately Wilds, I think, does fall into some of the trappings that I don't like about the last few Monster Hunter games. But I think that's because I got into Monster Hunter at a time where Monster Hunter was a little more niche, and the systems in the game were like a little more niche, and I just kind of miss that aspect of the game. It seems like the new Monster Hunter games are very good at appealing to a more broad audience. So, you know, if you're wanting to get into Monster Hunter, I do think Wilds is a good place to start, and it feels more like a follow-up to Monster Hunter World than it does Monster Hunter Rise. So if you liked Monster Hunter World or you wanted to give it a try, you could just kind of hop into Wilds. It is a pretty good single-player experience. It also has some pretty fun online multiplayer. I just miss old Monster Hunter, so I'm gonna continue to you know, complain about that.
I had no idea just how big the world is. Hunter, what even is that thing? It's not like any Rathalos I've ever seen.
Shadow Labyrinth. I talked about this one recently. This is a spin-off of Pac-Man, but it's part of a pre-existing Namco franchise, the UGSF timeline. Shadow Labyrinth is also a Metroidvania. A lot of Metroidvanias this year came out, and this game is fucking meaty. This game is like 30-something hours for a Metroidvania, which is a lot of time. I'm a huge fan of Pac-Man and Namco, so I have been playing this one, and I really like Shadow Labyrinth. You can hear my full thoughts in the video I did about it. Definitely pick up Shadow Labyrinth if you want.
Your eyes still shine with the same light. You have not changed since the days we fought together.
Dynasty Warriors Origins, another Dynasty Warriors game, but this time this is a full release. I have been playing this one on PS5, and goddamn, what a good game. What a fucking good game this is. This is like a reboot, I think you would call it a reboot, or a revival of Dynasty Warriors. They dropped the number. It seems like this is like their fresh start with the series, and a lot of aspects that I like about Warriors games are absent here. Like multiple playable characters are gone. You're just playing as the one guy. Local multiplayer is gone, and it seems like the game's a little more streamlined. But honestly, I think that's okay with this game because this game is so fucking good. Like the combat and the story and the music in this game are so fucking good that I could overlook a lot of the aspects of most Muso games that I like being missing in this one. So here's the hoping that they build on Origins. They build on from here to bigger and better things with this new era of Dynasty Warriors.
Nobody can escape my program. Robots, 1984.
iRobot. I did a video on this one. This was a reboot of Atari's iRobot made by Llamasoft. That's right, Jeff Minter. Very trippy, very fun. I really liked playing this one this year. Very arcadey in nature. Just the first time you start playing iRobot, you're not going to know what the hell's going on. But by the time you're done, like you're just in a trance. You know, by the time you actually pick it up, you're like in a trance, which is par for the course for Llamasoft games. So iRobot, yeah, it's great.
Survive the great. iRobot. Available now.
It seems nothing can stop a shinobi on the warpath.
Shinobi Art of Vengeance, the return of the Shinobi Master. The return of the Ninja Master, right? That's the phrase. Shinobi Art of Vengeance is the return of the classic Shinobi series by Sega, and I was very excited for this release. It's done by the same studio who did Streets of Rage 4, and the art style is just phenomenal. It looks fucking great in this game. It's just a great 2D action platformer, and it's still getting supported. They're doing updates where you can fight like Sega bosses and stuff. You could fight like, I think it's like Dr. Eggman and Goro Majima and I forget who else. Death Adder, I think, from Golden Axe. Yeah, this game really felt like a love letter to classic Shinobi. One of my favorite Sega games is Shinobi 3, and I felt a lot of Shinobi 3 in this game. So if you're a Sega fan or a Shinobi fan, this is a great game, and you've probably already played it.
It's tail time! Tail time! Oh yeah, it's tail time.
Gex is back, baby! That's right, Gex Trilogy. I talked about this, not on this channel though, I talked about it over on the Button Mappers whenever we were still doing that channel. Gex Trilogy, my god, man. I was not expecting Gex to make a comeback this year, and it was fun. It was really great to get to revisit some of these old platformers. I love seeing these old mascots get another chance at life, and that seems to be a very popular thing recently, is kind of bringing back some of these older mascots. Gex Trilogy, I don't know, it's fun. It's goofy, it's fun. The jokes are still funny. The games are still pretty good. Like, it's Gex, but you know, you're playing Gex on your PS5, so like it's cool now.
To James Earl Jones' house. Taste my tail. The tingle means it's working. Note to self: don't drink tap water at Jerry Garcia's.
I'm Pac-Man. I can run, jump, eat, swim, and power up.
Pac-Man World 2 Repack, a remake of the original Pac-Man World 2, one of the greatest 3D platformers of all time, in my opinion. I really like Pac-Man World 2, and I really like Pac-Man World 2 Repack. The additions that they added and the changes to the main game that they added to this game make this, to me, make this the definitive version of Pac-Man World 2. I know that's being challenged by, I've seen other videos where people are challenging that claim and saying like that the original is better, and you know, to each their own, but I really liked World 2 Repack, and this is going to be my preferred way of playing Pac-Man World 2. You know, and I grew up playing the original Pac-Man World 2, so take it from me, Pac-Man fan number uno over here. Pac-Man World 2 Repack, highly recommended. If you're picking up any platformer this winter, definitely pick this one up.
With Spooky at large, Pac-Land got dangerous. If you need to adjust the challenge, the assist mode is here. This way, everyone can enjoy adventuring through Pac-Land. Lucky for us, I eat danger for breakfast. In Pac-Land, Spooky now has the ghosts piloting these crazy robot bosses.
You'll have to pry this fruit from my cold, lifeless hands.
Let's take them down. Watch out for that extendable tongue on Clyde's killer frog.
Ow!
And there's Pinky and a robot polar bear. My jumps and different attacks have the power.
Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is a kart racer game by Sega and Sonic Team, and I am so happy they didn't fuck this up because, my god, I was scared. I never know what to expect. I love Sonic, but I never know what to expect from Sonic Team, and for them to announce that they were doing a racing game after Sumo Digital had done the previous ones, I was so scared. I think the last racing game they did was like one of the Riders games, maybe. I don't know if they did the Connect one, but I know they did the other two Riders games. So not a great track record from Sonic Team, but luckily this game is very, very good. The world, shifting mechanic is very unique to Cross Worlds. The character roster is great and ever expanding. The character interactions are fantastic. The online has been a lot of fun, and the game's still getting supported with DLC. So yeah, I hope this game has a pretty long life, and I keep going back to it. Doom: The Dark Ages. That's right, it's motherfucking Doom. And I love Doom. And this is one of my favorite games this year, was Doom: The Dark Ages. I do have issues with it as when compared to 2016 Doom, but I actually did like Doom: The Dark Ages a lot more than I liked Eternal. And the gameplay, I think, is really heavy and kind of crunchy in this game, which feels really fun. And the music is really good in this game, even though it's not Mick Gordon. I talked about that in a video. I talked about what happened there and stuff. But it's not Mick Gordon, but you know, it's still a pretty good soundtrack. And the game overall, it's fucking Doom. It's a ton of fun. The only aspect of this game I didn't really care for was the cutscenes and the story. I feel like that detracts from what makes Doom Doom. But I did do a replay last month to kind of give the story another chance, and the story is fun. It's fine, but I feel like, you know, to focus so heavily on a story in a Doom game does kind of detract from what makes Doom Doom. But Doom: The Dark Ages, still one of my favorite games this year.
Engines online.
Ghost of Yotai, this is the biggest game on my list here. This is the one that I probably could possibly actually win an award at the Game Awards this year. Ghost of Yotai, oh man. I loved Tsushima, and I am still playing Yotai right now. I got the collector's edition, the like $250 collector's edition. I did an unboxing of that. Man, what a beautiful game this is. You know, I've been very critical of PlayStation and Sony and the stuff they put out. But I can say without a doubt that Ghost of Yotai feels like a lot of care and love was put into it. It doesn't feel like just The Last of Us again, which is my biggest critique with a lot of Sony games right now. It actually feels like this game has a reason to exist. And I love the themes. I love the themes of Ghost of Yotai as compared to Tsushima, because they both star completely different types of characters, and I'm so glad they didn't just make the same type of story again for this game. I'm glad they decided to go with their own style for the sequel. Atsu is an interesting character. Her story of vengeance is one that will keep you hooked. Just fucking play it. This game's great.
I found something new to live for.
The visuals of Shinjuku that I'm seeing are a hellscape I can't quite put into words. You've somehow been sent back in time 8 years. But the situation here is critical.
Alright, the last game here, and this probably, if I had a definitive list, this would be my number one. This is Digimon Story Time Stranger. I think this is it. This might be the only RPG on my list. Wow. You know, it's part of the Digimon franchise, and if you're looking for just a really fucking good RPG or monster tamer, this game has got you covered. I found that Time Stranger took a lot of what Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth did right and really improved it. And it feels closer to something by Atlas than it does something by the Pokemon Company. which to me is a good thing because I don't like the quality of current Pokemon games. But Digimon Story Time Stranger feels like it really respects what its franchise and what it's trying to do, and your time. It really respects your time. So, you know, I'm looking across the aisle at you, Pokemon Z to A, and how fucking garbage you look. Like, I don't know how that franchise looks like that. Like, I mean, Jesus Christ. And saying, like, hey, if you're disappointed with the current state of Pokemon, I do fully recommend you give this game a try.
Those were a bunch of games. Thanks for watching. Wow, I totally talked about a bunch of video games and didn't just record the first part of this intro and then outro back to back. Wow, that totally happened already. Thanks for watching. Give me a sub if you want to see more content like this. I probably won't be that active throughout the rest of the month outside of maybe a Filthy Black Table video, but I will be returning pretty heavy in January for the beginning of 2026. So yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if any of these games are interested or looked interesting to you, or if you played them, or what you thought, or if I'm wrong, if I left out your favorite game. Let me know in the comments, and I will totally read them. I will read the comments. Oh yeah. I don't know where I thought I was coming up with a bit to like close out on, but I don't have a bit.